guys, linjani muribwanji makadini. Welcome to the Roving Podcast. Igama lami nginguMarvelous Matswimbo, and we are here in Matopo. The Gin Festival is about to start. It's about to get going, guys. The goings are about to get going. I'm so excited. But welcome to the Roving Podcast, and today in the show I'm with Sis K, our very own local artist here, Bulawayo, actually one of my favorites, the Nyazithandela hitmaker and everything, you know, guys. Siske, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's so good to be here. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. That was Siske. And on my right, I'm with one of our Bulawayo best lawyer. Her name is Suzette Masugu. Suzette, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, she's very reserved, guys, but well, even Lomsindo, so you understand how it goes. Okay, so with these two learned, interesting people here on the show today, we are discussing the importance of upholding constitutionalism and the role of creative arts in promoting peace as we are heading to the 2023 elections. We know that this is the important part that we have as a nation, where we get to vote, where we get to practice our rights. And so today on the show, you know, we are just having that conversation where we are discussing, you know, how these people in their various practices, their various sides of work are doing to promote peace, you know, as we understand also what constitutionalism is. I can't even pronounce that word, guys. It's confusing. So now, how do I understand that? Okay, so I'm going to go to Mrs. K and I'll ask him to introduce himself. Okay, I know his name and his music, but I think there is more to that.
Hi, Salbonani, ebizo lami ngumSis K. I'm an artist. I make music for myself and you to enjoy. Yeah.
Okay, that was Sis K. You know, now is reserved, so now I'm confused. Am I the one who's making noise? Or these people actually reserved? Okay, so Tagamasugu, can you also tell us, you know, what's your understanding of constitutionalism? Yes, I got it right this time.
Yes, you did. All right, I'll give you a definition of what it is. Constitutionalism is defined as the doctrine that governs the legitimacy of a government action. Right? So we're saying whatever they do is limited by a fundamental law. Right? The reason why we have constitutionalism is that it is important because it ensures that those who make those laws on behalf of the public would have nominated people to stand in power. So when they're there on behalf of us, right, we make sure that they're held accountable. So we have in Zimbabwe the Constitution of Zimbabwe, which is the most fundamental and the supreme law of the land of Zimbabwe, which is the one that governs every other law that we have in Zimbabwe.
Yes. Okay, now I understand, but you know, that was legal jargon. So for me, it's confusing, but I'm trying to understand. I hope you guys are getting it. I hope you are understanding it. But we'll get back to her. Thank you so much for that definition. I think now people are now getting what constitutionalism, is all about. And then coming to you, Mrs. K, you know, I think that's you know, we can get to relax a little bit and from all the legal jargon. Okay, so can you tell us what role do you think your music plays in our society?
I feel like in music, for me, it's just an expression of yourself. So nxa uyenza music yakho laphana, you know, in society, uyenzela wena lo mphakathi. You are expressing the stories of the things that you go through. You're expressing the things that you see in the community in music form, of course. So it plays a role. It teaches people, entertains people. In music, it also just heals people. You know, music is a powerful thing.
Okay, music is a powerful. So tell me, like, does it just come to your head that I'm writing something, or this is about peace, or this is about love, this is about, or you just write, wake up and like, I have a song today to write. How do you do it?
You know, that's the weirdest thing. Music is funny. I think the songs are already there somewhere. I've come to believe ukuthi ingoma zikhona somewhere. So ngalelo langa ngathi ume phambi kwemic uthi uhleli nje kubuye kuthi marvelous, you know.
Oh.
It sounds marvelous.
Oh,
wow. You look so marvelous. So kuthi ukuthi ngalelo langa, that's what you reached out into the wakubamba, you know. So they're always there somewhere. Yeah. So
Okay.
Somewhere somehow.
Right, makes sense. You know, I think it's all about creativity. Because I can't wake up and say I'm writing a song. You mess up.
It's a skill that can be learned, though. I'm sure it's a skill that can be learned. But for some, we're a bit luckier than others. bazalwa belokunye kuyinto nje phakathi kwabo okuchoyo something. But yeah, it's a skill that can be learned.
Okay, that's a relief. I think now we all know that you can be creative. No, just wake up one day and be creative. Okay, but now coming back to the matter that we are discussing, today we're discussing what's going on in constitutionalism in Zimbabwe. That's what we are trying to unpack on this podcast. And since I said I have my learned friend here, who is a lawyer and she's based in Bulawayo. Bulawayo has got so much talent. We've got lawyers, artists, and everything. So Mtakamasu. Okay, I think I love saying that. So now, if I can ask you, what are some of the fundamental principles that are enshrined in the Constitution, particularly when we're looking in line with women's rights and women's participation in general?
Will you allow me to open some of the sections?
No,
so that
you are
they
free.
get it?
We need to understand.
Yes.
I think I need to get that Constitution as well after the show.
Yeah, you do. Okay, cool. So in the Constitution, we have a number of them, but I'll pick probably just 3 of them. Right, for section 17 in the Constitution, we have something called gender balance. Okay, so if you'll allow me, I will just read a simple part. It says that the state must promote full gender balance in Zimbabwean society, and in particular, the state must promote the full participation of women in all spheres of Zimbabwean society on the basis of equality with men. So we'll know from where we come from, Budala, the patriarchal society, how everything was men's advantage. You know what I mean? So right now, our constitution now enables our mama, in every opportunity, you are allowed to have an equal opportunity. For instance, Masingati, now there's a job opportunity probably for a CEO, for a CEO position. Most of the time you will notice it was always an advantage for men to easily get that opportunity. But right now our constitution provides no, women can also apply. So now if I apply, I put in my CV, MCK puts in his CV, we are supposed to be looked at each other, CV to with equality. No, this law mama, you know what I mean? And then give some sort of bias towards the men. And we're trying to eliminate
the patriarchy.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. The also it states that the state must take all measures, including legislative measures, needed to ensure that both genders are equally represented in all institutions and agencies of government, every single level. Okay. I mean, like even in government, women can now even go members of parliament. They can hold big positions in government right now. So we're allowed and afforded that opportunity, and we should really take it with both hands.
Okay, so if you spoke about something about equality, the parliament and everything. Do you think we are there as a country whereby we are saying especially equal representation of women in the parliament or any sector when we're looking, especially when we're looking at now that we're heading towards the elections, we need more women candidates. Do you think we are there as a country towards promoting that mandate that is listed there on the constitution?
Okay, I'll give you my honest opinion. I don't think we are there yet. The reasons being that we're facing many challenges. One of them is societal challenges, whereby we have gone to places. Okay, in my line of work, I've worked in civic societies. We would go to places whereby we are tola chief, angit, utola sopu, and you will probably find one female in I don't know how many districts. It's not afforded to them. It's not normal. And us women, we make it normal that that position because he's a man. So even us, the confidence, you know what, I can actually do this. I was at a workshop the other day, and one person expressed how it's funny how men go to South Africa. The women stay here. Indlisali yakwipela. Chindotala. Aye. There's a time and everything. But women have that ability to lead. They have that ability to hold certain positions. There's the quota system right now. But even when there is that quota system, for me, I believe it's more important that we find women who are qualified. It's not just about having an equal opportunity according to the Constitution, 50-50. For me, it's about, do you qualify? Are you going to make the change when you're put in that certain position? It's not just, okay, I'm female, so put me in that position. For me, it's about the change, the impact that you're doing. Are you qualified? Let it be equal on that footing that you're qualified.
Okay, thank you so much. much. I
Yes.
think you mentioned that you're going to talk about 3, but now I think I have to go backing up.
All right.
And then we talk about since we are talking about heading towards my elections, and we know that the important thing that we should have as a country, peace, So what role do you think ama artists or the arts sector can play in promoting that peace? Ukuthi sibe sure ukuthi sizavota, you have peace, and you have these people entertainers and all those kind of things.
So the one thing that most artists are fortunate to have is they have large amounts of people, large number of people who follow them. So most of the time when you speak, your message is being heard by so many people. So in that alone, you have the ability to help share a message of togetherness and peace. And also through the music that we make, when people experience music, like we said earlier, music is a very powerful thing, and it can make people, do crazy things, or it can make people dance. When people are dancing, they're not fighting. So if we're out here entertaining the masses and sharing a message of peace, I think that's how we bring everyone together and just have some good times.
Yeah, artists do have that power, guys. Actually, I would leave one saying, "Fika one K performing," and I was actually on the front stage of the show. I won't say where, but I was there, and I saw the number of people that were there. You were talking about the constitution and what it says about women's rights and participation. So, what was your third point that you were going to mention?
Okay. Let's get to it. All right,
Yes.
cool. And my other point was going to be on, probably I'll touch briefly on, can I touch briefly on, everyone has political rights. You have a right to
Good to practice.
it's just, you have the right to you affiliate yourself with a certain person that you believe will change something and everything. But the one that I was really more interested in right now, yes, I was saying in section 67, we have political rights, right? So every Zimbabwean citizen has the right to a free, fair, and regular election for any elective public office established. So I've realized that in the last by-elections that we had, it was only about, the statistics said it's about 15% of women who participated in terms of being a candidate. You'll see that number is actually very small. But when you look at the people who vote, mostly it's women. But when it comes to being a candidate, And also another problem that we have is the fees are very steep. For instance, the presidential candidate ones are like $20,000. So a normal person or another woman, for me, okay, my passion is working with women. They'll probably not even be able to afford that. But actually the Constitution provides that they can. So some of those challenges are there, but the Constitution, provides for them to be able to be a candidate. They can be a president, a woman president one day, you know what I mean? So it will be a very good thing to actually see a woman being a president one day, if they can rise up and be part of the candidates as well.
Yes. Okay, so I was listening when you were talking. They was talking about free, fair elections and all that. So I was looking at the internet recently, and I'm seeing a lot of women, they are being violated by child and all those kind of things. So what do you think should be done? At least maybe we have more women coming into the political space without the fear of child or being violated or those kind of things.
Yeah, that is a very prominent problem. Even cyberbullying is another one. And then and not, probably they should really be empowered more in educating them on their rights that they have. Because if you know what your rights are, you easily know what channels to take when such challenges are faced. It's not that you won't have challenges. You probably have challenges, like you're saying, of violence, of cyberbullying. But if you know what your rights are, it's easier for you to know which channels to go to for when those rights are infringed. So there are many civic societies that are really pushing education of fundamental rights to any person, whether it's a woman or it's a man. And it becomes easier when you have been equipped with that in knowledge. When you don't have knowledge, there's nothing that you can fundamentally do and progress in at all.
Okay, that's profound. Yes, guys, lawyer, and now I don't understand the legal. You know the way you have even the legal words so that she confuses me, so that I don't ask her a question. Anyways, I won't ask because you've already confused me. Okay, but thank you so much. That was actually a profound response. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm Takamasugu for that. And then coming to Mrs. K, actually, I love music. I love music a lot. So, do you have anything, Jay, that's promoting peace, or is either an album, collaboration, or anything that we have coming up, or even if it's not promoting peace, but an album of yourself that you can actually look forward to?
Yeah, vele studio kuhlele kumnandi yabona. And ngihlele ngibhizi. I always try to be documenting my life, you know, my experiences, and every inspiration that we are kumele iphelele.
Ah.
So yeah, there's music on the way. Access of Amnandi before the end of the year, going into next year, asas.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have time to just enjoy singachani, singaxabani, you know.
Okay. No, actually, that's on top. Before the end of the year, something like that.
Yeah, before the
Okay.
end of the year. Oh yeah.
So now, before the end of this, peace, guys, so that when we're going to my elections, we know which is
Yeah,
song
bo.
and yeah, before the end of the day, we'll talk about that song. Anyways, I actually love it, you know.
Sure,
Yeah, maybe
sure.
after the show.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So we should look out forward to your music. Actually, I actually love your talent and all that, and the way that you keep on inspiring abantu, you know, from Obulawayo, and I think people now are starting to support our local artists. What do you think about that, Obulawayo? Did we have that kind of support for our local artists before, or now it's starting to grow?
I only support Ikona. People that know support. I feel like the biggest challenge is getting people to know. So like it's like how hard it is to appreciate something you don't know. So when you know something or you've been exposed to it, it's easy for you to be like, oh, I know this music or I know this artist. So they have a show you can attend. But if you've never heard the music and you don't know the artist, you can't attend. Yeah, so I think our challenge is getting more people to know. Getting to the platforms where people consume music, where people consume entertainment. So by doing that, sizafika lapho kumele siye khona. Support ikhona.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm happy to hear that. Because let me support and go Bulawayo. So what things
You
that
know?
Ngamanga Lusitali support?
No,
What
support
I'm here,
ikhona.
you know.
Support ikhona all the time. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much about that. Okay, this is the Roving Podcast, actually the third
Yeah.
episode, where we are talking about the importance of upholding constitutionalism and the role of creative arts in promoting peace. And this is namuhla kusho ngilomsizi K, lomntakaMasuku.
Yeah.
Because it was like guys learning to pronounce. But anyways, I have these people up and they were, you know, we are just discussing Silindu
Yeah.
Teaching Festival, you know, the keys and everything, so that everything can get going. It's actually getting interesting. Also, so coming back to you, what mechanism do you think can be put in place to uphold human rights as we are going to our 2023 elections?
I'll still go back to knowledge is power. I've realized that there are so many things that happen in our country and people do not know about them. In my line of work as well, I've mentioned this before, we go to places like Emakaya. We tola abantu abadala nje babengakwazi anything about the law itself, okay, besides the constitution, the law itself about what happens when this and etc happens. They don't know anything. So the moment we conduct probably legal clinics, in legal clinics, this is whereby we host people, but we in the community. They have one-on-ones with a lawyer, with many civic societies that offer free legal advice. They offer free legal education. So in that manner, we are empowering our own people. And when we're empowering our own people, once we see elections, what is a by-election? Then you give them, no, the law says you should vote, you have a right to vote, you know what I mean? Choose la umuntu obona ukuthi no umuntu lo ngathi ngimfake lapha nanti uzabamba what I'm also holding on to, which no, this person needs to change A, B, C, D. Those are my opinions, and the person shares the same. Then we also hold them accountable with the with the constitution. Yes. So if we promote more of those civic society legal educations, I think we can go far, because if you don't know anything about anything, uzosihlalele endlini ungavote ungahambi, but you do have the right to vote as a Zimbabwean citizen, you know what I mean? So yes, I think that such things can make people be more aware of their surroundings.
Yeah, indeed, knowledge
Yes.
is power. Knowledge is power, guys. As she's saying, now I'm saying reserved. Wow, it's
Aw.
getting interesting and all that. Guys, no, this issue of talking too much.
Yeah.
No, it's it's not. But you also spoke about CSOs that you have worked with
Yes.
CSOs and all that. What role do you think CSOs can play in making sure that people understand the constitutionalism and all these kind of issues when we are going for elections?
It's basically the same. Whatever role they have, like civic society is maning, they're diverse in whatever they have in the mandate that they have. Some are for legal education, some are for political, some are for So whatever they do, I know for a fact that it is more educational than anything. So they will probably prevent people from being ignorant from whatever is going to happen in the election or whatever is around their surroundings. Because umuntu sengahlezi uma ungahlala endlini and ungabali newspaper, ungakwazi next, ngiyakutshela. You're just a bystander citizen, but you can stand up and do something, you know what I mean? You're a Zimbabwean, come on, rise up, and do something, you know what I mean? So those civic societies are many and diverse. Some are for women, you know, some are for, so you can come to any civic society, looking at the list like on Google, you can check, maybe you want to be a member of parliament. They can probably assist you with the information on what to do, etc., like something like that. Yes.
Okay. I think
So information is more important, like, yes.
CSOs, they share information, guys. We want to hear about these things, you know, because
Yes.
I won't mention no, but well, we don't know a lot about these things. But now I've got the privilege to kuluma le lawyer, guys. Kuluma le lawyer on the show. You don't understand how that feels. You don't understand how that feels. So Mrs. K, do you think as Zimbabwe, as artists, you guys, you have reached a point, you know, whereby you can actually get people to understand this kind of maybe not actually politics, but issues, elections, because right now with movements of register to vote and all that, have you as artists been participating or taking part in making sure that people are actually registering to vote or something like that?
So, yeah, usually, like I feel like we don't do enough, and most of the time, organizations as approach to say no, le initiative nje Mrs. K, karizwana phela buya lapha uzo entertainer, so that people are not bored while we explain to them what's happening with the constitution, so that you keep their attention. So sit Mrs. K yabuya hlala pants. No, lengahambi sazaba le performance. You know, so for the most part I don't feel like we do enough. I think we could do more. We could actually start as artists initiatives to partner with the relevant authorities and knowledgeable people, and get them to engage and learn more about their rights and what is expected of them as people living in this country according to the constitution. You know, yeah.
Okay, so I think you are right there, because I think we need more of those spaces whereby, you know, they just don't call you good performer, but they write a song or do something about
Yes.
you know, the
Start
song.
an initiative that helps people get more like educated about their rights and the laws and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think if we do that, then we have so we are sorted. You know that people, all of us will get there. But I'm sure that maybe when you start implementing those initiatives, as people will get to understand. You know, artists, they are not only there for entertainment, but they can also play a role in making understand our rights as Zimbabweans. You know, because if we compose a song, I love Mrs. K, I like his music and all that. So definitely, if I release the song, whether it's about what, I would definitely listen to it. And I think the message that is there also will get me thinking, but you know, the issues that he raised, there's a song, but you know, there wasn't.
But can I interject? I think also those people will never forget, I'm telling you. Because if someone loves your song and you work with people like us and we go together, you know what I mean? Eventually umuntu says, uyakhumbula that day sikhuluma ngama-fundamental rights, umsizike yaze ahlabele ingoma ethwa. You know what I mean? It becomes a good partnership, yes, to promote something that will help our cities, our people in the country, yes.
I'm still there. Staying in constitution or
Yeah.
download it my phone so that we know our rights. When we're
Yeah.
discussing these issues, we're talking about something new, but it's something that you can actually understand and relate to. Or you can actually post a question. But I have a question in this part. But now I was just subsection, how do you know? How do you, even if your rights are violated, you don't even know how to defend yourself without engaging a lawyer. Because there's reason you don't need a lawyer first, but you need to know your rights. Something you just say, but it's not in the content. This is against the law. You should know those things. I can't think the mail loyalty is on but when so but you're not supposed to be arrested, but I didn't know that. So I think it's actually important we have become conversant with the constitution. We understand what are our rights. We are not doing anything wrong about going to vote. We are not doing anything wrong by participating in these political spaces. It's actually our rights that is there in the constitution, as she has said.
So
Actually,
may I ask real quick? So she mentioned something in Kazile about like having been someone could be arrested today, spend the night in jail, and not know that they shouldn't have been arrested. So what if someone was to break a law and not know that that was against the law? Oh, I didn't know. Is it a defense? Is that a credible defense? No, I didn't know, Mina. Ukuthi amvunyelwe ukwenza lokho.
but you
don't know what to do, but that's murder.
So it definitely people need to know the law, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. We need to know the constitution. Even la ungawona ukuthi but bengakwazi bayakubopha still noma dungakwazi but ikuthiwe nansi bayakubona babeyazi ngekhanda. That's the worst part. Uthi babeyazi ngekhanda they tell subsection what part C and you don't even understand all of that. So imagine that kind of a situation. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't only come with politics and our rights and all that. We need to know what we are not supposed to do as our citizens as well, so that we don't get ourselves in trouble, so that we understand ukuthi umthetho weZimbabwe wona uthini. Okay, so as I come to the conclusion, I want to ask you a last question. Maybe do you have any recommendations what should be done so as we are ending this podcast and people will listen to it? So what can be done as we're going forward? I'm sure the elections will be out next year. So what can be done? What recommendations do we have? Maybe we promote peace, we have those kind of peace building campaigns, or maybe people understand the constitution. What are your recommendations there?
Okay, I think I've touched on some of the things, but I think I'll go back to something that I feel is hindering our progress as Zimbabweans. Okay, I'll speak for women again. Pardon me on that one. What I really believe is that our society right now was so far behind in terms of promoting patriarchy. Women are also like the custodians of promoting patriarchy. Eventually the men become the beneficiaries. You know what I mean? So I would really, really recommend, I don't know how many years this will take, that we change our mindset, because we have laws right now giving us the power, giving us everything. But because there's a certain mentality, societal mentalities, that stereotypes or whatever that comes, eventually it impedes the purpose of a constitution. It impedes the purpose of all these rights that we've been given by this legislature. So I would really recommend.
Yeah, she's recommending.
Really
the emphasis on recommend. She is
recommend
recommending
that people would. I don't know how many years it will take us, but it will be good to see some women in action. It will be good to see this whole equality thing working. It will be good to see women promoting women. It would be very good to see women taking so much action, capable women, okay? Capable women, not just being female, like I've said, like I can never stress this point enough. I would really recommend that everyone takes up the passion to learn, take up the passion to want to know more about your country, to want to know more about your rights. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, download the constitution, just read it, you know what I mean? And just go to any organization, legal organizations, and ask them, what does this section even mean? How does it apply to my life? How can I help, in bringing up the country and developing the country? So I really strongly believe that, please, let us try, by all means, to stop the norms of patriarchy and cyberbullying and violence. Let's just be peaceful and do everything in peace.
Okay, so I know those are supposed to be your closing remarks, but now saying, I got interested, when you mentioned Tuguti, we have liquor. So, what organizations do we have in Zimbabwe? If I go there, maybe I have a problem, whether I'm women's organizations that represent women, whether I've got a question about the law, what organizations can I actually approach?
Okay, the ones that probably come to my mind first, there's Zimbabwe Lawyers for Human Rights, there's Zimbabwe Women Lawyers Association, there's Legal Resources Foundation, there's Wild. I'm trying to think. There's so many, and they do these things for free. They give legal advice for free. They can draft your probably divorce or etc for free, so they can assist you with empowering you with knowledge and everything like that. Those are the ones that came to mind, and excuse me if I didn't mention the others, but those at least deal with legal things, and they can really help you to get information or get legal assistance if you cannot afford and you qualify with whatever mandate that they have in their organization.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that was Suzette Masuku, guys. Lawyer lago Bulawayo. Yes, I'm a lawyer of Bulawayo. I won't trust that much. But well, we have a lawyer, and then we best challenge what organizations will approach. If you feel like you've got a question or you've got something in terms of the jargon that she was talking about, lawyers, rights, and all that. She has mentioned some of those organizations that you can approach. What am I supposed to do, or that they might help you to deal with those issues. And also Mrs. K, what can be your closing remarks? We're trying to encourage abantu the register to vote, peace and all that. What are your closing remarks as we are wrapping up the show?
I think most importantly, I would like to urge everyone to remember treat the next person as you would like to be treated. So sonke singabantu, and let's love each other, and just remember, treat the next person like you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
So you won't violate human rights if you think like that, So that's most important. Yeah, let's just come together as a people and be one.
Yeah, that's a powerful message. As guys, let's come together. This is the Roving Podcast. We're trying to get you guys talking about this into the politics. It's not just into because I used to think when it's politics, I know it doesn't concern me. I'm young. How can it possibly affect me?
Yes.
So actually, I think we need to get more youth talking about this into the politics. Let's get talking, guys. Now if you've got questions we have been discussing here, you can send your questions through, and then let's hear what is Singalipendula City. We can always bring our lawyers. They can always come back to answer imbuzo live. So thank you so much thank you so much guys for joining me. I had Sis K on the show, and Suzette Masuku, Umtaka Masuku, as she was saying. She's a lawyer and he's an artist. You know what I mean? Got I receive what you're trying to show me. Okay. So this was the Roving Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to actually subscribe and send your questions. Send anything as a youth, as let's get understanding ukuthi kahle kahle sikhuluma ngani ngendaba ze constitution, ngendaba ze peace, ngendaba zama elections. We have a lot of talking to do before sifika kuma elections. So thank you so much guys for joining me. My name is Marvelous Matswimbo. Remember to catch the Roving Podcast and understand your constitution. I actually taking this one, so buy yours and download yours. Thank you so much. Till next time. It's a wrap.